Utie oha HIPC Needs FM.
Media who ye there. Nanka wo fra agro nanka ye bagro no. Twene ne bu ma nanka wasa asa. Nanka edi akire.
Ase list bi wo hono mu a IMF si akọ HIPC ana say the subject matter worker GDP debt ratio na o kan say na aduro dia e de na HIPC ne yaduri.
Over benefo na atnase. Na akọ no abusa nyom say ye mo anwumma.
Ya santoa.
Na twenefo kin. Afi si jo ma ozo. Enye sa anum na o pentie za mo twenefo from ma.
Akom ni nkire mu.
Asem na aka ye. Afi IMF de ne response aba. Na gu ani ma sia. What is the honorable thing for you to do? Nanka wa part also.
I'm a response anything.
Oh, offer me ba. Adana me be nya botra chem. You say amemo ye ebu. Say be yen as a party, your government no. Your vested interest. Your vested interest nya na say bibi ebe bia na kebe succeed. Nanka Ghana man obia ho ato no. Na yetime prove say ye kan say ebe ye win say ne be we yetima ye. Nti ka mo hwe so na mo nto abanya de emaye. So opposition so a so interest ye ka ho asem so wo bi. Uzu interest nya na say the aban na power na be ye bia e wo say bon kan. Na the obey bia you have to discredit it. The obey bia you have to run it down. Oje bo say agura wo say o yes wo say. And we have some of the social intervention projects at the buy and this had a problem with it. Phrases almost ye we one district, one factory, one village, one dam. And where we no koya where they are backfire. It's one of their usual attempts from day one. They would try to discredit the government. Indeed, this time around, Mahama had it wrong. Now, people create impression. Be say, "Ka oman say ya broka my esako HIPC." But unim bibi, ye ka HIPC kura ho asema. Unse HIPC ne kura no. Na ye program na ye optional. Na countries are in distress when it comes to be economic distress. No? It was an optional for you. Say be you want to join or you not. And the fact say other countries are going HIPC, no, does not necessarily mean they no money distress. And the hokra mienya dedication is clear. Say omo ma unko HIPC no kwa nche say be no mo finances ye. And the HIPC in itself was just a program which was even optional for us as a country. But the term and an IMF director no or say a term but make a statement no. So the if Papa Mahama can or say IMF website na do IMF the statement we aba na the chene say o man konko Ghana say akọ HIPC mu. But again it shows
Asano kan the IMF the bibia
and IMF nkasa ne bibia che say o man konko Ghana say akọ HIPC mu. Na Akufo-Addo ka na abro ni ade na am akọ HIPC. But and they expose once again not only his incompetence but his lies. Sanya lies and I say incompetence na me hu dia because so your man penny na who are the former president na who are the no enya botra anya researcher now you come and make these pronouncements na I am because bibia sensi na say listen here list that o man penny ko for time you take a decision as a country called HIPC no indeed it has nothing to even do with this time around indeed Papa John Mahama wa anya research here and me Choma say again it exposes their incompetence their mediocrity and again their liars as an opposition party. But unim ebaya IMF director no be kan ho asem say ente sa na nya HIPC asem na kan list no guy is even an old list. Quickly and this is shifting the goalpost. Goalpost now say we are not even talking about say a list be na ho na say more as MPP no maji bosia ma say the bosia no will qualify us to be at HIPC level. But unim statistics no were to favor all of us for the purpose of the argument here. So time you call HIPC mo na your debt to GDP ratio as of mine, na 182%. About the statement, no.
Someone, John Mahama, country professional.
Very well.
This is a direct quotation. I say the IMF, in its sub-Saharan African regional economic outlook, forecast the current rate at a frightening 76.7% of debt to GDP ratio, unquote. And then he continued, and this is a direct quotation. Officially, Ghana is back to HIPC status under Akufo-Addo and Ken Ofori-Atta.
Where you are?
It's a hint and a reference to Lister IMF.
No, but he referenced IMF. You say so. IMF na IMF listen the website.
Reference and say Sub-Saharan African Regional Economic Outlook.
The outlook contains list of countries.
No, more list of countries.
No.
In Kamechiro Senka, Sasu call from after Your friend said outlook ni dear no. Near or can't edit share a hodmo. He did not make any reference to your friend saying IMF.
Openi, what is the input of Papa John Masamokai?
About IMF.
Papa John, what is the input of Nasamokai? We can play with words.
Is it fair to suggest to say or say IMF or report about sub-Saharan African regional economic
the report contains what offer?
A forecast is a current is the forecast talking about a debt to GDP ratio and now say na e ka HIPC it will no rely on forecast on GDP to debt ratio and was say do 76.6 it will no go to directly ni wie no and no compare no once am say na tie dia and the Ghana you do HIPC
offer so forecast here can ho asem it is a report the forecast now can ho asem is a report
yes
and the report cannot be just an aspect of the report won't mean
a separate report omo update HIPC for no na omo update and nam say waji bident no what do completion point kura na yeah update ani asade udin aka
good
as if we say oh HIPC and so would you what do completion point
good e ho na me so mo research yi no because e ho no that more make is our conclusion say e kwa HIPC no a marriage of these two which is list na ya update na nka say YMF website one so we NDC communicators na no mo share and you have President Mahama former President Mahama so also go based on this echo quote to IMF says so IMF forecast and again of course still boils down to the report which contains the list na some we change na say then on mine ya call HIPC mu but o sha as a timer ya call HIPC mu almost share born any idea by as a country you have to take a decision to go to HIPC no now your debt to GDP ratio na around say 182%. Say na anka say debt to GDP ratio is 76%. And if then it was 182%, now it's 76%. You cannot make any economical argument to say 76% now can qualify us as candidate of going to HIPC. Again, okay, you should situate it in a proper context. The proper context is in the time you COVID as a country. And you know, say there has been projections from the IMF, from the World Bank, from other international communities, from the CSO say the world economy will go into a recession. And Africa quite the more predicted someone here our whole economy will crash. And the some person will hear fair assessment. Now who say the percentage now which is about debt to GDP ratio today, which is around 76%, no, it making any economic sense in terms of say qualify as candidate to go to HIPC. At this period is not the right period to make it. Because other countries we say America. As at now, no, almost stock exchange, no, and sorry, and would that also mean that they are candidates for HIPC? And again, it shows that Papa no one the research, but our argument now is centered on the debts and I say a car, a beer, President Kufuor Dubai, Bosnia, why they waje, offer account there, Sebi Bosniano, but you can't Bosnia Sama. There is nothing wrong with a country with Bosnia. I don't go to make us answer, so share on my to say Ghana, you depend so much on imports. But you export less. On my Kong Ghana, if you look at say how our manufacturing and our products are going, your raw materials are going, we excessively depend on your primary raw materials. In Seseke be add value to them now be making a finished product near export. That's not what we are doing. And if you have such an economy and you're overly reliant on primary product, certainly untimi mobilize any more income beyond for more money. So certainly you have to rely on Bosnia and Bibisa. But the fundamental question about you two pay. The first fundamental question is what are you borrowing for? Dia na wo Bosnia dia na wo de gia wo Bosnia na wo timi de ye opesa wo de ye na asa wo fanye. Bosnia no obi te say no buy no bi okwaje Bosnia so de be sada no 32 million Ghana cedis oka so de bedua bia nnuama akomako 5 million. We ended up with a deficit of 4.7 million, 4.3 million trees because 700,000 pen udua. That is say Bosnia no amfanye dey anwia say enwia no peso ye dey udua no. Those are the legitimate questions that you have to ask. But unya abai no so kwakwaje Bosnia de CBN fan say bia pokuase interchange here. Then it means that Bosnia have been used for something productive. Unya abai no so obeje Bosnia ne bia Bosnia de beto ambulances. That means that the Bosnia have been used for something productive. Again, you assess a government's the whole idea or the whole concept about Bosnia based on what as a buyer, what has the government been doing with respect to say future loans and also future Bosnia Obejibiano or she say bi wo ha onyi bi wa na Okay, industrialization agenda the long-term solutions to Sabosan by AG. Because what it means is your raw materials now as a minor, we will have to now convert them, of course, through industrialization to finished products. And the other are to add more value to your products and also your produce or mine. Whilst at the same time is creating jobs. So ultimately, no, Bosia Bono be the frame in the long term, no, but in the short term, no, Bosia Bono the money, but it depends on the Oje Bosiana if you are able to account for Bosiana where they Oje. And I mean, we've demonstrated beyond any reasonable doubt to say, so we share road projects, and even this year, this year of roads, more road projects, more infrastructure projects. So we have your response to say double track here as at now, yes, over 1,000 dormitories. Even education sector, we have over 3,000 friends infrastructure units in education alone. Over hospitals are SCC, and even what they say the area with regards to even health hospitals are SCC, the regional hospital, the district hospitals are President Akatika to solve Bibria. I mean, the Bosia Bono can be justified, but it will not be proper for any person to make any proper analogy. Say, in a time of COVID, especially when your debt to GDP ratio is 76%, as against time I'll call HIPC program manaya about 182% now. If anybody is to compare these two and say the outlook means candidate for HIPC, then that person doesn't really know what he's saying. And I think it is more honorable for former president to come out and say adi o ikan no nim ho hwe and I say no nim ho nim die sa, or probably he was misled. Then we can apologize to him and then move on. But we are not excessively bold.
JB.
Utie oha HIPC Pronouncement. Needs FM.